Good afternoon, Margaret. Thank you for joining this training session this afternoon.
No worries. It's good to see you.
Fantastic. So the main aim of our coaching this afternoon is to just look at how we enter information into a standard recipe template on Excel. Now, I wanted to ask you, were you familiar with the Excel program, or have you used any other Microsoft apps before, like Word?
I haven't used Excel, but yes, I've used Word a bit, so I sort of know how it goes.
Oh, good. No, that'll be really helpful as long as you've used some of those apps, because it's a fairly similar layout, and I'll step you through it. And just in regard to standardized recipes, are you familiar with those? Have you ever written one?
I've used recipes, but I've never written one out. So, yep.
Yeah,
I know the format and what have you. So,
excellent. Yeah. Well, that's the important thing, just to be, again, familiar with that fairly standard format that recipes come in.
Yeah.
Okay, so the structure of the coaching session is initially I will demonstrate the task, and you'll feel free to ask questions at any time if it's not clear what I'm actually doing. And then together we'll work through exactly the same task together, with you actually entering the information, but I'll be there guiding you and coaching you along the way. And then the third time, you'll actually have a go at doing that yourself. So it'll be a different but very similar recipe, and you'll have a go at actually, just doing those skills yourself. How does that sound?
Yep, that sounds like I could give it a try. Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'll share my screen and we'll start off with the demonstration first. Okay, so with this one, we've got a standard recipe for scones. Now, the reason why we have standard recipes is twofold. Firstly, they're excellent for cost control and budgeting. So the standard recipe, we enter in the ingredients, the amount, but also the costing information. And at the end, the program will actually calculate for us the total cost of the recipe. And then it will also give us the cost per serve, which is essential information if we want to work out our final sales price. The other reason we have a standard recipe is that in the workplace, we want consistency of the final product. So if everyone is following that same standard recipe, then we'll get the same end result. And today we're just focusing on entering the essential information of ingredient amount and cost, but you would also have the preparation method. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cross-reference the ingredients in the recipe into my standard recipe template, and then I'm also going to add in those prices. Today I've got it all up on the one screen for convenience, but in real life you might have that recipe sitting next to you on your desk, and you might have the prices from your invoice from your fruit and vegetable wholesaler or from the supermarket, something along those lines to reference. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we've just got our different fields here, and we're working logically across those every time to fill in that information. Sorry, I'll just delete that. Bit of extra information there from the last session. Okay, so as I said, we're just working logically across, and we're looking at the ingredients, the amount, then the unit. So is it in grams, milliliters, or each? The price per kilogram or litre, or if we're using price per unit, like if it's each. So for example, in this one, we have 6 strawberries, then that information would go in this column. And then when we push enter, the program will calculate those last 2 columns for us. So to demonstrate, plain flour is our first ingredient. Then I just tap the tab button on my keyboard to move across the columns. The amount is 500 grams. I put G, the abbreviation for grams, in the unit column. Next, I look down to my prices down here, and I see that it's $1.50 per kilogram. Does that all make sense so far, where I'm getting that information from?
Yeah, I can see where it's coming from. Yep.
Excellent. So then I tap enter on my keyboard, and the program automatically calculates those last 2 columns. Moving now down to butter. 75 grams. The price of butter is $10. Enter again. Milk.
It doesn't matter that it's you're writing in grams and it's price per kilogram.
No, well, that's the way the program is set up, the way the template is set up is that the calculations are kind of embedded in those fields.
Right.
So I've got it set up to actually calculate in the next column, you can see the price per unit. So even though I'm typing in the price per kilogram, and that's simply because generally when we receive an invoice or we buy something from the supermarket, it's listed in grams or litres. It's generally not broken down. Kilograms or litres. It's generally not broken down into those millilitres or grams. So what I've done is I've set it up so that the price per unit, per gram or milliliter, you can see in that column to the right of the price per kilogram or litre. So it's automatically already calculating that for us. Okay, so milk, we've got $2.50 a litre. And then the last one here is strawberries. I'm actually going to use them as a garnish. So I want 6 strawberries, and instead of writing grams or milliliters here, I'm going to put in each, which is the standard abbreviation for each, sorry, EA. And then instead of a price per kilogram or litre, I'm actually going to put 0 in that column. But in the price per unit or each, I'm going to add 25 cents per strawberry. So that's how much I've worked out each strawberry is costing me.
Right. Yep.
Does that's
yes,
a little.
I can see. Yeah.
Yep. As you go through more, you'll kind of get the idea of, just that difference. But you do need to be watchful when you're entering information that if it is each, that you're careful where you put your costing.
Right. Yep.
So once we've entered all of the ingredients and all of the prices, down the bottom here, we can see the total recipe cost. Can I get you to read that out for me?
$3.63.
Yes, perfect. And then, as I said, it's important that we know how much each serve is going to cost us. So to find out the cost per portion or serve, which is this amount here that we want to know, we divide the total cost by the number of portions. And we're going to get the program to do that for us again. So in the field that says number of portions, I add 6.
All right. Yeah.
So the recipe makes 12 scones. At 2 scones per serve, that gives us 6 portions.
Right.
And so we can see that it's about 60 cents, a little over 60 cents per portion.
Oh, very good. Very clever.
Very, very useful. Okay, Margaret, I'm just going to clear the information that I've entered, and we're going to work through it together this time.
Yep.
With you entering the information, and I'll just be giving you guidance along the way.
Okay, I'll try my best. Okay.
Yeah, this is just a practice run, so don't feel overwhelmed. And I'll be stepping you through it. Again, as I said, any questions, feel free to ask them.
Can I just start entering, or
I'm just giving you control. So a little pop-up should come up now.
Yep, got it.
Okay. So remember, what was that first? Yep, exactly. That first field is ingredients.
Amount.
Yep, back to the recipe for the amount.
Raising flour. I've got to go back and fix that. My fault. I was thinking it was plain.
But that's okay. In fact, I might have even put in plain. So well done for picking that up. And there are those details that it's always good to, once you've finished, to actually just have an overview and see that everything looks as it should. $1.50 per kilo. Yep, that's perfect. And then just tap enter on your keyboard. Excellent.
Okay, so I should be able to just go in and change.
Just up the top of the, there's a little bar where it's actually plain flour is also written. Oh, yep, you've done it that way. No, that's great. Excellent.
How's that?
That's excellent. Okay, next one was butter.
Right.
And that was 75 grams.
$1.75 grams at $10.
Excellent. Oh, I think
Oh.
you're accidentally on caps lock there.
I might have been too. How's that?
Okay, and enter. Fantastic. Now across to milk. Is our next one. That's 250 ml there.
And that's $2.50 a litre.
That's correct.
Enter.
Well done.
Now strawberries last. And we want 6.
Yep, that's correct. Okay, and so now this time we need to put in that EA abbreviation for each.
And go to 0.
0
money.
there, yep, because we're not using a kilogram or litre pricing. We're actually counting each strawberry as 25 cents each. So in this next column, we just type in 25. That's it, and enter. Fantastic. Okay, and so $3.63.
$3.63, very good.
Yep, fantastic. So how do you feel that was fairly just following that logical sequence across each of the columns was successful?
Yep. Do I put the portions in?
Yes, we need to fill in that field up the top.
Okay, and then just enter.
And enter. Great.
Oh, okay. So 60 cents per person.
Yes, excellent.
Okay. Right.
Yep, that's really well done. Okay, now do you feel confident, Margaret, in having a go at a different recipe? It is similar in the amounts of the ingredients, so it's not a long list of 20 ingredients, but it'll just give you that extra practice and confidence from just going through it yourself. So I'll just kind of take a step back and let you.
Can I save that first, though?
Oh, very good idea. So just up to the file, you should be familiar with this from Word. It's the same process for saving. Yep.
I think it's over here somewhere, but I can't really see it. So
if you grab, if at the top, oh, yep, you've gone that way. No, that's fine.
It's going to documents. So Excel Word workbook. I don't know.
Yep. Great. And that, as you said, that is a very important step because we want to save all our hard work. And then you'll have that resource on your computer with all those standardized recipes.
Okay.
I'll just take control back of the screen and bring up that next one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Great. Here we go. So this is a pumpkin soup recipe. And as I said, I'll just take a step back and let you have a go at just completing this one yourself. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask.
No.
Oh, sorry. I need to.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Pass you the controls. That's okay.
Yeah.
There we go. You should have control now.
Right. Pumpkin soup. Oh, it's written up the top. Okay, so we want pumpkin. The amount 1200. Grams. How much each? $4. Okay, enter. Right, onion. Okay, 1 onion. Now 1 onion, that'll be in each.
Yep.
Oh no, I'm in the wrong square.
Yep. Oh, well corrected.
Each. Okay, now it won't have a price if we're going in each.
That's correct.
So I've forgotten what to do.
Yep. No, you're nearly there. That's it.
Cents. Now enter. Oh, I did shift.
Yep. No, that's great. That's
Good.
great. That's done the job.
Garlic. Okay. 2.
Mm-hmm.
So they're 50 cents each. So I put an each.
Yep.
I put no money. Oh, keep forgetting to do the tab.
That's okay. It does take time and practice to be more efficient at this type of what is essentially data entry.
50 cents.
Yep.
Enter. Right. Vegetable stock. $750. Milliliters.
Yep.
Oh, goodness gracious, I've gone the tab the wrong way.
That's okay. Easily done. Easily done.
8 milliliters.
Yep.
And that's 75 a litre. And that should be, that's not right.
Whoops,
So,
no. Yeah, I think you've just accidentally put a comma there instead of a decimal point. So because it's not just a numeric value in that column, the program's just saying, I don't understand.
That's where I understand it.
No, you're doing really, really well, Margaret. For the first time you've done this, it's amazing.
Okay, so it cost me $7.16 to make.
Yes, well done.
Correct?
Well done.
And it's 6 serves, so it's going to be $1 something each. $19.37, $1.20 each. How's that?
Fantastic.
That all right?
Yes, very well done indeed. And so now we just need to remember to save that recipe so we don't lose all our good work.
Yep. Oh, golly.
Yep.
Oh, what am I doing?
You've almost got it. It's probably the delay. I can always save it on my end. Oh, there we go.
Pumpkin soup recipe template. Oh, undo. How do I undo?
I think we just have to retype. I can take over if you like.
That would be good.
All right. There we go. Okay.
Sorry.
So pumpkin. No, that's fine. There's a bit of an extra delay too because you're controlling my screen. So
you've got control back now, haven't you?
Yep, I do.
Good.
Great.
Yep.
So I've saved that one. So when you get back to your workplace, if you set up a folder on your computer that says standard recipes, and then I will email you through a blank template so that you'll be able to collate all those recipes that you are commonly using and start entering them into that database. And then you'll be able to access that when it comes to budgeting and just working out those final sales prices and whatnot. So it'll be very useful to you in the everyday workplace.
And then you just go ahead and do the preparation method for the people using the recipe.
Yes, exactly. Right. So even though we haven't tackled that today due to time constraints, you would go ahead and either just copy and paste from an online recipe or type that method in there so everyone can understand what they need to do.
Right.
Fantastic. Can I ask you for a little bit of feedback on my coaching today, Margaret? Did you find that my instructions were clear and concise?
Very good, actually, very good. And even when I messed up, you had the answers to fix it. So that was really good.
Oh, no, that's okay. It does take time and practice to become more efficient. And it was a lot to take in today. So the best idea now is to go away and just, have a few more practices. I'll email you through a couple of other reasonably basic recipes just to start with. And as I said, that blank template so you can get going. And then I think if you are available about this time next week, we could have another meeting and you'll be able to, I'll be able to have a look at those other ones that you've done. And if you have any further questions, we can run through those then. Does that sound good?
Yep, that sounds real good. Yep.
Excellent. Well, I'll send you through a Zoom link to that meeting probably later this afternoon before the close of business.
Yep.
Great. Well, I hope that you found the session today rewarding and that you've learned something.
Very good. Very clever, actually. Very good.
Good. Well, that's fantastic. And as I say, you've done really well and you just need to go, take that on now and start practicing with what you've learnt.
Okay. Very good.
Well, have a lovely afternoon, Margaret. And thanks again for joining me. And I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay.